I started like every other chartered accountant fresh after graduation in a consulting firm with statutory audit. I didn't enjoy that so much, and very quickly I switched to the more consulting portion, internal audit, governance, risk and compliance portion of it. Most of the organizations that I've worked with have been engineering, a company full of engineers, mostly men. And being a woman, it was not always easy. I am Smriti Parikh. I am currently the Chief Financial Officer, and today I'm going to talk about my journey of getting here. So I'll go back all the way to why I chose to be a chartered accountant, or rather I would say it's not a choice. It was more of something that, since I had a lot of time during college and we wanted to do, me and my friends, so two of my friends, we did this together. We wanted to do something useful during our junior college, and so three of us together decided to follow the chartered accountancy. So that's how I landed up doing accounting rather than computer science, which is what the aptitude test told me at the point in time. So as we progressed through our studies, instead of the three of us, only I made it through, and as you know, the exam is pretty difficult. But more importantly, let's move to the professional journey. So for me, I started like every other chartered accountant fresh after graduation in a consulting firm with statutory audit. I didn't enjoy that so much, and very quickly I switched to the more consulting portion, internal audit, governance, risk and compliance portion of it, and this is where I spent quite a few years of my career. Again, I continued with consulting. I worked in the United States for a few years as well, and these former years really gave me a very good technical base. So it helped me polish my technical skills, and that stays with me even till today. The training they give you, the preparation they give you in your formative years, you work really late nights, but it prepares you for the future, and it has been a big part of my training to get to where I am now. So just to tell you a story, during consulting, I had the opportunity to work with a very good manager at that point in time. The one skill I learned from him, and I should tell you at this point in time that I was extremely shy and a complete introvert. Talking like this to all of you, this was not a possibility. He's the one I observed and learned as to how to deal with clients and stakeholders. So we would do all this hard work, working late, finishing a project, working for 2-3 months, and he was not even involved, and this manager, and I would brief him on the results of the report, the observations in a 20-minute car ride going to the client. And in that much time, he assimilated not only what the results were, but he managed in the next half an hour to make the client extremely happy, address all his concerns if any, and even win more business for the firm. And that taught me a very important lesson which I carry with me even now as to how to manage stakeholders. He used to address every concern they have. He used to manage to convince them and to give them what they wanted, no matter the results of the audit, which are not always positive for the client that you're working with. But the way he managed it really helped me learn how to deal with stakeholders at that point in time. And then I made a pivotal change in my career. I decided to move to Indian business houses and work with them instead of consulting. This was a big decision. It helped me be on the other side of the table. And in each of the journeys, I learned something new. So I worked with two Indian severely large business houses. Both were listed entities. And this was my first experience where I had to stand up in front of an audit committee full of senior directors. I was 30 plus, and all of them in front of me in the boardroom had probably more experience than I had age. So This was a scary thing to do, and my boss, who's still my mentor to this day, he sort of dropped me at the deep end and taught me to swim. So he would put me up in front of all of these audit committees and expect me to address all of them with all the work that me and my team had done. And he would simply say that he was there to support me. However, he would only speak up if needed. And for a shy and introvert person, this was very scary. But all of this practice really got me the confidence that was required to deal with stakeholders, which I can now. So this was a very interesting portion of my journey as well. One of the organizations that I worked with, I didn't really resonate, or they asked me to do something that didn't resonate with my values, and I decided not to continue working for them. Most of the organizations that I've worked with have been engineering, a company full of engineers, mostly men. And being a woman, it was not always easy. We had to make our space. Usually I would be one of the only ones in the room who was a woman. Diversity was not so big at that point in time. And it was something that you had to make your mark, you had to create your space. It was not easily given. So that also gave me a lot of resilience, and it helped me develop and stand true to my values no matter what. So, and this is how I completed my journey. So, like I said before, I was mostly with governance, risk and compliance. And then when an opportunity came for me to become a part of the senior leadership and then to take on the role as CFO where I am now, this was a much easier transition, I should say. In terms of technical skills, I have a whole team who is extremely skilled, who works with me. So that was not exactly the most important reason why I was put in this position. The most important reason was communication, managing stakeholders, managing a large team. And these are the reasons why my organization decided that this is the right place to be. And well, it's all history from there. One of the things that I would also like to share is that during the journey, I've had several mentors. A lot of them have taught me different skills, life skills, as well as helped me in my professional front. So just to list a few of them, it was, to have an all-rounded view. As a CFO, you need a strategic view and you need to be able to get into details. And this is something one of my previous bosses also taught me. Similarly, to be able to manage a large team, the kind of empathy you need, and still be able to manage with a firm hand, not to bruise too many egos, because there are several points in time where people reporting to you are older than you, probably have more years of experience. So to manage that also is not always easy, and this is what each of my managers along my journey have taught me. So today this is what I'd like to share with you. Thank you very much.